So just before we get into the subject of today's video, I thought I'd let you know that this is the permanent replacement avatar for regular content on this channel. I was going to make it a part of the Moisky Live polls I do on my server where patrons choose the avatar of the week, but I knew this one would get chosen early on, so decided, no, I want to use this and I've had it for 3 years. Hope you like it. Also means I get to do the Skeptic clone thing. Still avatar, moving backdrop. So moving on from that, I want to focus on the fact we have 24 days till Brexit. Apparently, some are saying that should the Prime Minister not seek the extension, the Queen will sack him. That'll be fun to watch. Can we watch that live? Can you live stream that on Twitch, please? Emmanuel Macron earlier has said that we have until the end of this week to present revised plans for a deal for the EU to agree upon, with a Brexit deal decision then happening at the end of the week. He has also said that talks should proceed swiftly to see if an agreement can respect EU principles, which I think is the mistake from the offset. You are setting standards and implying they are immovable. By doing so, you have made the EU the boogeyman, much like the Northern Ireland and Ireland border. As a threat, many are suspecting Boris Johnson will veto the EU budget, which would cause diplomatic havoc in Brussels if they are forced to delay Brexit, which would include, as another option for Boris, making Nigel Farage the UK's commissioner. Oh dear Lord, as if any more chaos could not already have been wreaked. For those who don't know, the EU plan their budget on a 7-year system. He has said he will do this unless a deal can be agreed upon, which would involve the EU compromising. It should be stated for the sake of clarity, he has not been the one to say this, but a couple of cabinet ministers have. We still don't know too much on whether the EU are okay with the proposed plans to replace the backstop, something which has gotten a somewhat lukewarm response in this country, which is better than Theresa May's, and an unknown response because it seems to be, depending on the source, differing from the same people, which confuses me quite a bit. Other threats proposed include the obvious no-confidence vote against Boris, which he has said he will squat in number 10 instead of leaving, and should the Queen attempt to sack him and have him forcibly removed from number 10, he'll stay there until the police arrive with a warrant for his arrest. This is all getting quite tasty now. To move on from that, in this let's see what the opposition is willing to do as well, the Labour Party, according to Sami Chakrabarti, the top-notch anti-Semitic investigator, who did such a top-notch job that she buried a lot of the information but got a peerage, well done, has said that Labour will back a poll once Brexit is delayed to get a general election on this side of Christmas. So should the delay happen, they'll go for it, which is odd because the most recent poll destroyed them. Labour gets annihilated. Your far-left policies aren't popular in this country. They're just popular with the vocal minority who can be bothered to turn up to protests. You know, similar to those that have turned up and blocked Lambeth Bridge in London under the guise of Extinction Rebellion. Nice. Disrupt the jobs, because that'll totally make people want to deal with climate change and not totally want to bottle you. Now, Labour do want this election on this side of Christmas, because they then want to force him out. Sami Chakrabarti accuses the Prime Minister of speaking with a forked tongue, or whether he'll legally delay for 3 months the departure from the EU. It's not that. He has just said something that wasn't the word yes. You want the word yes instead of him saying, I will obey the law. That's it. When Jeremy Corbyn tweeted out that he was gearing up for a general election, Boris Johnson saw it and decided, time to annoy Jezza. So he retweeted it. I like that the opposition are so arrogant, so self-centered, so entitled, that the only way they'll agree to compete against the current government is with a string of preconditions. You defeat the point of opposition and you make a mockery of this system. I look forward to watching Jeremy Corbyn's resignation speech. To me, that's going to be fantastic. Watching him sent to the bank benches where he belongs, where he spent the majority of his career, is going to be delicious. That's not because I want, by the way, Boris to be Prime Minister, although I will say he is massively more entertaining. And from an entertainment perspective, yeah, he's alright. It should be very interesting to see just how far this goes. Hopefully we'll get a general election before the end of the year. It's quite the Christmas gift really, isn't it? To go and vote in a poxy polling booth. Ugh.